Hi folks! Today I show you a fancy ambient setup which is really cool to work with. So let's dive in. So what you see here is the OP1 field, the OPXY, the TX6 and the hologram microcosm, which is connected via an aux channel on the TX6, so I can send stuff from both units into the microcosm for some instant textures and fun. Let's load one thing I recorded. What I did on the OP1 field, for example, is I used the endless sequencer and played in some random notes and then let it play randomly as well. So it creates an kind of a generative sequence, and then I recorded it to the tape twice. And because it's random, it creates two different sequences. So one of this is, wait a second, I mute the other tracks here. So one sequence from the tape sounds like this, and then it goes into the microcosm. And the other sequence, just fill in some more gaps so it gets more complex. And then I also have a third one, which a chord I played in. And then together with the OPXY, sounds like this. It's really amazing that what you can get out of these instruments. Actually, sound quality wise, it's stunning. And you could also do a lot just with one instrument. But what I like on the OP1 field, for example, is this tape machine attitude. So it's a bit more imperfect, and it's like kind of the old school way of recording stuff. And the XY is more like a proper sequencer. To have both in one setup is so much joy and is so much fun to use. I could make tracks on these two machines instantly, effortless. It's really amazing to work with. What you also can do, like when everything is running, I can use the effects from the TX6 to gate stuff up. So you have instant variation on the track. Also really cool with the gating effect from the TX6. It's such a small setup, but you can do so much different things. I mean, the XY is just unbelievable for me. I'm mind blown the last days since I'm trying it out now and getting more into it. And the sequencer is absolutely wicked. The sound engines sound brilliant, and it's easy to sample stuff in on both machines. Possibilities are endless. How I would use that setup is just like, recording random noises from outside, and then create textures with the microcosm together, and then play the other like lead sounds and drum stuff from the OPXY, and play some stuff maybe on top. There are fancy instruments and products, but they are so amazing quality-wise and so much fun to use. And I mean, how small it can get with a 12-channel mixer. Possibilities with having aux channels, having even having Q, having effects in there. You can loop stuff in there if you want. You can sample stuff in. You can control other hardware with with that machine. Plus that possibility with the tape thing and the XY. Maybe some people say, okay, if you have the XY, you don't need the OP1 field, but that's a very different approach to making music with the tape. What's also really nice on that sequencer, you can go for really long sequences. And it's not only like 4 bars. You can extend this into, I don't know how much it is. I think it's 128 bars, something like this. Even more. I'm not sure. Don't take me serious on this. I'm still learning. I will go into both machines a bit more on a separate video. I just wanted to show you what's possible with such a small setup. You don't even need to have the microcosm if you want to have like a full battery powered setup. Don't judge that instruments by the price, because they are very genius products and super cool build. If you have them in your hand, they feel like so solid and sexy and unbelievable, inspiring for making music with these instruments. Another cool thing I would use in live sets, for example, is this. It reacts on movements. For example, if you lift it, you can control a filter or envelope or LFO. It's so much fun to use, and I definitely want to try to get this stuff into my live setup again. And the battery power, guys, that's unbelievable. It's one of the most mobile setups I saw. And as I know, I can actually run this one on a power bank, which then you would have like a full setup with a separate effect. Sit somewhere in the forest, record some noises, do some ambient music or the next dance floor hit, or yeah, looking forward to deep dive into the machines a bit more and show you more stuff. And see you next time.